G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Pete's Gold Adventures. Back out bush. Gonna do a few more mounds today. I'm in a bit of a deep lead area, so I'm not sure how deep the ground is. Up sort of the rise, the diggings are a little shallower, but there's few of them. But as we come down a little, as you can see behind me here, the diggings are getting relatively deep. So it's got that nice pipe clay look about it as well. So it's looking pretty good. I've had a little bit of a swing so far, a little bit of rust, and a little old mate down about 6 inches. So yeah, it's amazing how far lead can get down. So anyway guys, I'm gonna have a bit of a swing over these guys and we'll see what we come up with. Alrighty guys, I've got a nice signal over here. It's gone deeper than the others. The here lead shot over there was actually quite deep. But this one's gone down into some really nice gravels. The gravels are bigger than what all the other stuff is. So it's just not your pipe clay. It's actually got some big lumps of quartz. So see just down behind me, this one has gone down about 8 inches and it's actually a reasonable target. It was really soft on top. There's a little bit of leaf litter and rock. I knocked that out of the way. But yeah, it's gone down to this really big crunchy quartz. So gold travels with large quartz. So this is an alluvial run, alluvial lead down here. So hopefully this one, just because it's down about 8 inches, might be something a bit special. Well, it's in that little pile of dirt there. So let's dig it up and see what we've got. There you go guys, sounded pretty good. Cool with the quartz. Oh, here we go. There we go guys, there's a little tiny bit just sticking out the side of that little bit of clay. It's only tiny. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a look how deep this hole is, because that's probably a 0.15 at best. And my god, that is pulled that up from a long way down. Alrighty guys, I'm going to give you a look how deep this was. So I'll put my pick across about there, and that is about that deep. So that'd be a good 6-7 inches easily. Like that is pretty good for like a 0.12. So, well guys, it's been a little bit quieter, except for about 3 lead shots. Now, I haven't bothered filming because they seriously came out on top of the ground. I'll give you a bit of a look what I mean. So as you can see, that is just a scrape of the surface and the lead shot is out. I did sneak out for about 45 minutes yesterday afternoon. Had a little bit of time to kill, so I thought I'd drop in on an area that I've gotten gold before. So, and I got one piece. It was a specie, but it was just like this lead shot, except worse. I just gave it a boot scrape, it moved, and I thought, just rubbish on top of the ground, but I looked down and I saw a couple of bits of quartz had moved. So I waved the coil over the quartz and it made a signal. So I picked up the quartz and bang. Can't see the gold, but it is a quartz specie. So this is that bit of quartz. As you can see, it's black. It's been sitting on top of the ground. I've looked and looked and looked, and I cannot see any gold visible, but it really does seem like it's in the guts here somewhere. So there you go, guys. Just because you give something a boot scrape and the target moves doesn't always mean it's going to be rubbish. So it does pay to check what you've just pushed away with your boot, but because it could be just a little specie sitting on top of the ground, especially if you've got quartz laying about. So do check it and don't dismiss it. Righto guys, I have a signal. It's the sidewall of an old timer's digging. These diggings have been slowly sort of collapsing in on each other, or on themselves. But this one is sort of in the red band over here, so I'm not real sure it's going to be a target, mineralization or what. So look, I'm not so sure much would ever get hung up on it. So it's either going to be a pocket of mineralization or hopefully a good target. You never know, 22 or something might have been shot into it. But anyway, we'll get it dug out, we'll see what it is. There you go, it might have moved already. Alright guys, so it appears to be in this. So we'll see what half it's in, because it's sort of trying to break up. Not that. Ah, there we go. I think it might be a hot rock. Or not. Oh, how cool is that? Don't dismiss it, eh? Alright. It's in this little bit. Oh, it'd be shocking if this is a little lead shot hung up. You wouldn't think anything could hang up on that. Aha, that's why it's a little bit of gold. Well, it did pay off to film this one because, yeah, a little bit of gold hung up on the side wall. I would have been pretty unimpressed if it was lead shot. Look, it could have been that hot rock too, but you'd like to think all this, look, it's just slumping down. So it's just breaking away from the side of the old timer's hole into the hole here. So this little bit of gold, like I said last week, it's just dirt. It'll get mixed up with it, so it could be anywhere. So it's just found its way in, got stuck on the surface luckily, because it's only tiny, in the side of this old timer's wall. There it is guys, it's the right colour, it is tiny, it'll be a sub 0.1, I'd say 0.08 I reckon, for that little guy as well, but yeah, it's the right colour, so I will take it. So here we go, a bit of an overview of the hole. So you can see the 6,000 down there, a little bit of the wall we knocked out to get that little bit of gold. She's just a big old open old timers digging. Some nice looking pipe clay. Anyway guys, I'm going to get stuck back into it because the sun is on the way down. I think I also forgot to mention, I'm actually camping out tonight. So yeah, I'm out with the family this time, so they're off up at camp and I'm going for a bit of a swing around the diggings looking for gold. So later on we're going to fire up the old campfire, have a few beverages around the fire and just kick back and relax. Anyway guys, I'm going to get back in that hole over there and see if we can get another bit of gold. Well guys, the sun is going down and I'm getting thirsty, so I'm going to head back to camp, grab myself a beer I reckon, because that's what you do when you're out camping, light a fire, have a couple of beverages. Anyway guys, I'm going to head back, so probably might see if I can get out for an hour or two tomorrow before we head off, but anyway, back to camp. Well, it's the next morning. Wasn't a bad night last night. Had the fire going, had a few beverages. It's pretty good. we're going to work this little gully here, or gutter. I'd say the old timers have actually dug it out, surfaced it, took it away to be processed, because there is a lot of dirt here, but there's a lot stacked up over there. And they've got pretty crazy, so they've had a crack. So we'll give the sides of this a bit of a work, maybe down the edges of this gutter, because I'd say the old timers have taken a lot of that away. A lot of them might be then natural where it's washed away, but up here it's not. They've dug a lot. So they've moved a lot of ground, so hopefully we might be able to get onto a bit. So we're only going to be out for a couple of hours and we'll sort of head off. But yeah, like yesterday, done pretty well. We're out for about 2.5 hours, got those 2 little bits, so that wasn't too bad. But I'll start up here, but you never know. Might get drawn back down to where the diggings are. Anyway guys, I'm going to get stuck into it and see what we can come up with. Well, I've been wandering around for about an hour now, and yeah, she's a little bit like Pete's lead adventures. Lots of lead shot. I've sort of come down off the hill, went over the little diggings a little bit again, but yeah, nothing but lead and a little bit of rust. So haven't got a lot of time left, so I might want to back up the hill and see if we can snag one on the way back, because yeah, it's not looking too good today. So a little bit of time left. Hopefully we can get onto a piece before we leave. Well guys, we are back to where we started the day. Not much to report other than digging a whole little lead shot and a little bit of rust. So yeah, look, it's only out for a couple of hours, so good times. But I'll head back to camp. We'll do a bit of a bush weigh-in, see what we got. I don't think it's going to weigh too much, but hey, at least we've got some gold for the weekend, so all's good. Righto, let's see what these little guys weigh. 0.13, not too bad. Oh, we've got 0.04, but I think we've got a little wind interference here. And the two together, 0.18. Not too bad. Well, there you have it, 0.18. Not a bad result. We've only had a few hours, about 4 hours out prospecting all together. So it's great to blend it in with a little quick family camping trip out bush. So any gold was a bonus. Anyway, guys, if you liked the episode, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.